I just had a great rehearsal with my friend Truman Eldringham. We're playing on his birthday this Wednesday at the East Side Bowl. It's gonna be fun. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 14 gigs this week. So that's fun. Yeah. That's a lot of gigs. On that note, I want to talk about getting gigs and how to network in Nashville. Firstly, I don't use that word unless I'm describing something. I don't network. I just meet people. I love making friends. I love meeting people. I really enjoy, the human experience and value it and value meeting other people and sharing that and getting to know them. I love knowing what makes people tick, or especially like why people do music. For me, it's just, I just want to play the prettiest thing. Like that Ed Bickett intro on Where Are You? Volume pedal. No, Where Are You intro? Anyway, he was a really beautiful player. So, last Tuesday, this bloke came out to my show, Richie. He had messaged me for my schedule. I gave it to him. Then on Wednesday, he came to my show. Then on Thursday, he came to my show. And Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and this morning. I thought, wow, this dude's like down here. So on Tuesday night, we talked. And he's like, yeah, I'm a player. I've been playing since I was like, gigs since I was like 10. I was like, damn, dude, like longer than me. He's like, yeah, I just moved here. He had moved there to Nashville 6 days previous, which is just amazing. But man, he reached out via Instagram and he was like, hey, this is who I am. This is what I do. I'd love to come catch you. And so I said, hey, come sit in on the Thursday gig. He's like, cool, do I need to bring an amp? What pedals do I bring? Do I need to bring a guitar? Do I need to bring in-ears or monitors? How's it work? And I was like, oh, damn, like, no, you just show up and use my stuff. He's like, should I bring my own guitar? I was like, no, I'm not worried about that. And yeah, it was like I thought he did a really good thing by coming downtown, showing up, and then when I said, hey, do you want to sit in? Just trying to be as respectful and polite as he can about it. And he sat in, and dude, guy's awesome. He's ridiculous. He's great. But it really got me thinking as to like, how do you meet other players and sit in and get your name out there in Nashville, on Broadway at least? And I thought I'd make a quick video about that. Then I got to teach a lesson. The easiest way to get on Broadway, I'll tell it with a story. There's one guy I met. He's a very nice guy. But he consistently would text me and say, how do I get on Broadway? Hey, man, if you need someone, call me. I'd be like, well, man, I'm not the guy who really picks people. And if I do, I have my list. But secondly, like, every conversation ended with me saying, well, if you want to be here, you've got to be here. If you live in Kentucky, I'm not exactly calling you for gigs because I don't know if you know all the repertoire. I don't know if you've been working on the lists. I haven't heard you play, unfortunately. But, if I have a gig and I need someone, I'm still probably going to call the guy who I know is down here, even if I've never played with him, and hope for the best. Or like there might be a drummer who I'm like, oh no, I know who that is, but I never played with him. Let's give him a go. And they're probably going to get it done. Richie's really immersed himself in meeting people and going out for beers and getting coffee. I gave him like the cheaper option for musicians, parking, and helped him out because that dude was spending like $50 a day parking. I was like, no, brother, no, you're not doing that anymore. But he's just been making friends, and it's not with the intent of stealing a gig or getting a gig. In fact, he never asked to sit in. I told him to sit in. And it got me, thinking that I think that's a really great way to do it. When I moved here, I had researched who everyone was. Met Mike Bork my first night here. I knew exactly who he was, the gig he had. I knew what kind of guitar he played. because I was so obsessed with meeting these guys and figuring out who does what and just being able to meet these monster musicians. I'm sure Richie doesn't mind me bringing him up as an example because we're friends now. Hang out. Like, he came to my Saturday gig and it was not busy at all. And then we got inundated with this wedding party. I was going to have him sit in, but I was like, dude, sorry, crowds. Blah, blah, blah. He was like, that's fine. So here are some tips for sitting in. You've got to be smart about picking when. You know, a Tuesday 2 to 6 is going to be easy to sit in, right? On gigs that aren't in ears only. But a Saturday 6 to 10 on like Kid Rock's Main, it's probably not happening. It's not appropriate to sit in, you know? But it is appropriate on like a Monday morning at Tootsie's Main or something. If you want to sit in, you got to get to know the guy because he has to trust you with his gear. I personally don't like random people sitting in on my gear. It's not really my thing. But I don't mind if they're my mate. That doesn't bother me. And then, you know, I just ask about sitting in and being like, hey, how does that work? And you've got to come prepared, maybe like 3 to 5 tunes. Because if you go, oh, I want to play Hold the Line, the band goes, well, we're a country band. We don't do that. You can't go, oh, we do it back home. So, okay, how about we do Nothing But a Good Time by Poison? You got to pick the situation of 90s country band. Pick the easiest tune, you know, do Chattahoochee or Mercury Blues. It shouldn't be about showing off how great you are. It should be showing about how good you are at playing in a band. So you start getting in the band leader's, you know, kind of mind. So in 6 months, when like, oh, dude, no one's available. Oh, but that dude, Rue, has been sitting around and sitting in. I reckon we could get him through a gig. Then you get that call. And how do I know this? You know, experience. Another thing with sitting in is just making sure, you know, you're not pushy about it. You know, I felt bad I couldn't let him sit in on Saturday, but he was fine with it. But like, I've seen people be like, well, you said I could sit in. It's funny, Richie was like, oh, should I bring my guitar and amp and effects and everything? When I sit in tomorrow, I was like, no, just show up. You play my gear. He sounded awesome, man. Networking. I don't know, to me that term sounds a bit dirty. Ooh, 4 minor. Sounds a bit dirty. Because, here's a quick tidbit. You can perfectly voice lead everything down a half step to get a 4 minor. There's your F minor triad. Flat 3, 5, 1. 1 major 7, 5 major 7, 3. Pretty cool. I don't know, networking to me feels very clinical and professional, like, oh, I have to meet this person because that'll further my career and allow me to develop a skill set. Just meet people, make friends. People always call their friends. Like, yeah, they might call someone they've heard about. But in this town anyway, people call their mates. You know, someone else could be the much better choice, but like, well, he's our friend and we like him, so we want him around, you know? So here it is. I'm sorry, I'm on very little sleep, very tired. I have a quad this Saturday, so I got to rest up. It's going to be brutal. Okay. Networking. Don't bother. Make friends. Reach out to people, get coffee with them, get a beer with them, whatever, meet them, go watch them downtown, and just get to know them, you know what I mean? Just go in with the actual intensive purposes of making a friend, because they're going to be like, well, dude, I like this guy, and you know what? Let's give him a go. And they're more likely to relinquish you for your mistakes and forgive you than, say, a random person. The sitting in, just be situationally aware. Don't sit in and turn it into the you show or try and show off or anything. Just sit in and be cool. Being cool is a video I should make. How I went from being very uncool to still uncool, but understanding a bit more what cool is. Yeah, I don't know. Networking's just not a thing for me. That's something you do if you have a LinkedIn, and I don't have a LinkedIn. What I do have is a lot of friends, and I'm very thankful for that. And a lot of people who I love and cherish, and I'm very, very thankful for that always. So yeah, this is a story about a dude who moved to town and is doing right. He's been here 2 weeks this Wednesday. I'll tell you very quickly before I go teach. I moved to town and I researched who everyone I possibly could find out in town was, from producers to players of every instrument, downtown, middle of the road, top of the road, bottom of the road. And I went and admitted that I don't know anything and I need help. I need help getting a visa. I don't know where to buy gear. I don't have an amp. Jason Jordan gave me my first amp for $100. He dropped off my gig and said, good luck. I handed him $50. He goes, fine. I used to catch the bus. Mike Bork used to pick me up from my house. I remember he picked me up from my house and got me downtown for a gig once. Yeah, and dropped me home. That was really good. This town is full of really helpful people, but you have to be willing to ask for help. And that's what meeting people should be. Unless you're the next Brent Mason, you know. We all need help. In fact, even he needed help when he moved to town. But he's still the nicest guy ever, right? He went and networked and did the thing. And if you're a good dude and you're a great player, word will get out. And if you're not, take it as a chance for redemption. I moved to here one of the worst players ever, and now I think I'm doing okay. Still a chance to get better. Maybe I'll stop playing jazz. I'm kidding. Don't do that on the bro country songs, that's for sure. Anyway, I'm going to go teach. This is my short video. How to network for the poor man. And I'm very poor right now, so I need more money for jazz shirts. There I have my both barrels. I don't know. It's some cool rat thing, you know, like a hot rod. Got it for $2 at the op shop. What do you call an op shop here? Thrift shop. Opportunity. Alabama shop. Yeah, man, networking. A lot of people have reached out. Can I hang out with you? Can we hang out? Blah, blah, blah. Hey, when I come to town, I'd love to meet you. That's all it is. That's all it takes. It's not hard. Anyway, I'm going to go teach. Very excited. Peace.